Aisha, you are the girl I never had, and I want to get to know you better. I heard that when I dropped into your energy, Aquarius. It's an old song. It's from 1991. It's by ABC, Another Bad Creation, and it has a sample of Belle Biv DeVoe's Poison in it. And they're little kids, man. They're little kids. And some names come up in the song, in the lyrics, but it's interesting. When I heard this sort of melody line, that's also not the lyrics that I heard. And I knew the lyrics were wrong, and I knew the name was wrong too. And so I had to go and look it up to like retrieve the information. But what I heard was Maisha. So special message for somebody named Maisha out there. Maisha, why do you make me sad? Make me feel so bad inside. And I knew it wasn't the right lyrics, and I knew it wasn't the correct name. I knew it was Aisha, not Maisha. So I did some research and I looked up the lyrics. I'll go ahead and pin this in the comments because I do feel it's a message for the whole Aquarius collective, but coming out real strong for someone named Maisha. They mention Atlanta, Georgia in the song. In fact, Another Bad Creation, they're from Atlanta, Georgia, so there could be a connection there, okay? I have the names Maisha, came out the strongest, but also the name Dallas, the name Chris, the name Mark, the name Red, Doe, Row, or Da, okay? Like Dada. Like the Don Dada. Okay, this energy is really funny. It's kind of playful. I feel like this is what's coming in, just dropping into your energy initially. Happy holidays, Aquarius. I'm here to do your 2025 New Year download and just see what's coming in for you in the new year. What are you going to be bringing in this year? And we're going to have some fun with this. We're just going to do a deep dive, but I had to bring that in because it was like so strong and the energy is very playful. So the way this translates, if you're not Maisha or you're not hung up on Maisha out there, someone is, man. I would really look at this as like there's somebody makes you feel like a kid inside, or you make somebody feel like a kid inside. And maybe they always kind of like admired you from afar, but they never had their way with you. They never had a chance with you. And this could go back a ways, actually. It could be like old school day crush, or, the one that got away kind of vibe, something like this, But you feel like you never got to really know this person better, and you really wanted to. This kind of energy coming in pretty strongly here. And I don't know, in the song, they take a shot at it. They take a crack at it. They go and they give her a lollipop and a letter. So I don't know, maybe you're going to do something kind of unique, or maybe somebody approaches you in quite a unique way. I mean, come on, lollipops are quite novel, I have to say. That would be very unique to give somebody lollipops instead of flowers or something like that. Interesting message. Just the way that came through, it like made me laugh. It's very playful energy. It's sweet energy. There might be somebody coming back around that gives you that feeling. Somebody coming back around, maybe from back in the day. And there's something about this. And this could be somebody you've never been with before, but you always wanted to be, or you wanted to get to know them better at least, So interesting energy coming out there. Let's dive in. We're going to look first at your sort of 2025 New Year quest theme. And we're going to start out by finding out first what you're leaving behind in the South Node, what you're ditching with 2024. This is for any significant Aquarius placement. Ooh, 4:44 on the clock. Okay, it's a pretty pivotal time for you. Angels on deck. Something is about to really transform here. I feel this energy of temperance kind of coming in right off the bat. There could be a Sagittarius connection there, okay? Might be a trip you're preparing to take. There might be something you're preparing to do. It's a trip. It's like outside of the box even for you, and you're known to do kind of unusual stuff, that this even maybe challenges your borders. Okay, this message coming in right away. Your energy is very talkative. It's kind of cool. Like, I feel so much energy coming in here for you. Let's look first at what you're leaving behind, though. Any significant Aquarius placement can find some resonance with this read. Also, if you have a strong 11th house placement, or if you're a Leo rising, that makes you an Aquarius descendant. All right, let's just dive right into it. Let's see what's coming in here for you. Bottom of the deck, what you're leaving in the South Node. Oh, this place is sort of like weighing things out, trying to figure out what you feel, contemplating your navel, moon gazing, howling at the moon for what you feel you can never have. Perhaps it's your own proverbial Maisha or Aisha. That song may be significant to somebody from back in the day here. It's got 9 energy. That makes me think of the hermit energy. Somebody's been spending some time to themselves, sort of sorting through what they felt for a while here. I think you are at that point where you're done kind of like weighing something out. You may have even been in a place where you were trying to make a choice, and you were really trying to get in touch with what you felt in a situation, what you wanted to do. Could have been in relation to a Virgo as well. It's got that hermit energy. I feel like you pulled your energy back, okay? And this seems like something that's been highly personal. Like, I don't feel like you've done a lot of talking with other people about this particular choice here. It's something that you've really held inside. And it's interesting that I saw this as the moon, but it's actually Earth there. Okay, so there's something that maybe you're seeing differently than you saw before. You might have been trying to make a choice between water and earth. That coming in, like somebody who is dominant water sign or somebody who's a dominant earth sign. You might have felt kind of pulled in 2 different directions, and you weren't quite sure which one you should explore. Okay, I think you're coming out of this. I think you're starting to sort of like clear the haze, and you're seeing things very clearly now. You know which direction you want to head in here. But there could be an earth sign that was trying to make such a choice, or a water sign that was trying to make such a choice about you, I have to say, because it could be flip-flopped here. Either way, indecision is being left in the past, and I feel like you are kind of choosing to go your own way here. You're ready to actually get back to life, you know? You're ready to get back out into the world. You're ready to start making things happen here. It's 8:13 on the clock, so yes, I feel like you're coming back into your power. You feel more empowered now because you've made up your mind about something here. And maybe there's something that you were really trying to sort out for such a long period of time that in the end, by the time you really realize it's time to just like move forward with the energy, like let the world turn, you sort of felt like, gosh, that was a little bit of apples and oranges there, you know? It's sort of like, you know, was there really anything to balance out here? So there's something you're seeing differently, and I do feel like you're ready to move forward here. I like this, okay? So you're leaving indecision in the South Node. You know what you want to create moving forward here in 2025. That's off to a very positive start here. I will say I like your energy. It feels like young. It feels like vibrant. It feels like it's coming back to life. It feels like it's ready for like more play, a little bit of lightness, some levity, some laughter. Maybe you really enjoy this time of year. Maybe you're going to the snow. I say that because I'm looking out the window here and we got snow falling outside, and it does make everything so magical. And this flipped up in the middle of the deck. Yeah, I think that what you're calling in here, it's sort of outside the box. It feels a little bit like a tower moment, but for you, really honestly, it feels like a tower of power because you're ready to enter this like spiral of creation. There's something you came out of, you dissolved your sense of confusion. And since you dissolved your sense of confusion, you're ready to make a choice here. You're ready to start actually bringing in what you really want to see in your world. And you know, it may come as a big surprise. It may come as a big surprise to you. It may come as a big surprise to others. There is a little bit of a shocking quality to this, a little bit of that Uranus energy at play, that sort of unpredictable, unexpected energy of Uranus. And just that's at the forefront in this lunar cycle right now as well. So I feel like you're working with that lightning energy, that sort of shock value there. And what you're doing is it's perhaps a little controversial. It might be a little disruptive, but what you want wants you. So it looks like there's mutuality here. That's a pretty cool way to open things up here. This is a deep connection. You know, we kind of got like air energy here, but there's also water energy there too, with the nautilus shell. So that could be a connecting point for you too, something that's speaking strongly to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a cut of the deck here and just see what is your North Node potential. It's just a potential. You got to activate it. Yeah, I mean, I think you're diving for light. So you could really be diving into the emotions. It was 1129, so that's 1111 energy right there. You could be coming into alignment with somebody that holds a lot of water in their chart. And this is somebody that has you diving really deep, and you experience a lot of creative flow with this person too. So it's funny, another bad creation this could be. Maybe this is kind of how you tend to connect with people. You connect with sort of artsy types. Maybe you connect with people and you go into projects with them, and then you find like they become kind of like a muse for you in a way. That's kind of an energy I'm picking up here. So you can get drawn in by somebody like that through the creative process. And so it's kind of like, maybe that's why they're always the one you never had, because it's not meant to be had that way. But there's some kind of alignment here. I say that because seahorses deal a lot with creativity. And I think of the seahorses, and it also reminds me of the hippocampus. And it makes me think of the activation of like the brain center and how it sets off like a chain reaction. It also makes me think of the horses that draw Poseidon's chariot through the sea. It's got that big like Neptunian energy. So you could be dealing with the Pisces here. Somebody has a real strong Pisces placement. Whatever this is though, it does feel like there's something here that takes you to a really deep place. You go really deep. It's kind of unknown territory. You don't really have reference point for the areas you're exploring here. And at the same time, it has you retrieving light from your energies kind of combining here. So you could be even working on something creatively with this person. You see things with a certain similarity here. And I think it's very activating, you know. There's also something here where there's something creatively that you're bringing through each other too. This energy is coming out quite strongly here. So I also see that you're diving for light. And that's what you're doing. You're ready to go deep. You're ready to stop kind of like staying in that place of indecision, because indecision is one of those things that you can use to continue to kind of like stay bobbing on the surface rather than really going really into the heart of something. You know what I mean? Once you, yeah, 1414 on the clock, big like temperance energy coming through. You could be a Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, okay? There could be a shared Sagittarius placement that you both have this kind of energy coming through. Yeah, I mean, opposite reflections of each other perhaps as well. Sun, moon, synergy. I got that, okay? One could be a sun Sag, the other could be a moon Sag, or Pisces too. I'm getting this piece coming in as well. That Pisces energy came in quite strongly. There is a balance here though with 11. I feel like something is being like healed. There also is some kind of like karmic balance in a situation. You went really deep into sort of like the darkness of this connection. And the darkness was just really like a place of the unknown. And because it's unknown and unfamiliar, it provokes a lot of fear. So this could be at times a connection that's very activating. But whatever this is, you're going to figure out how to actually reach for the light. I feel like your orientation is changing. You know, you were contemplating your navel, but now it's like you're looking up, right? That spiral of creation was coming above from the air. So I feel like your orientation is different now. And it's interesting too here with diving for light. It might be an orientation matter as well. So you might have had to go really deep into water to integrate something, or with a water sign to integrate something, to heal something. And now you're about to shift your orientation and you're coming up to the surface to what's breaking through in the light. The light could be coming through a fire sign, or it could be coming through an air sign. Okay, so this kind of energy coming in. Very interesting. Okay. There was something really beneficial, though, of going deep with water. That's what I got. Yes, and now there is something you're receiving here. So we see you got a feather coming down here from the cosmos, and there's that lunar energy. So yes, I am getting that sort of duality, the solar lunar energy there. There might be sun moon synergy that you two share. But there is this piece about receiving some answered prayer here. To me, feathers are a symbol of answered prayers. They very much evoke angelic energy as well. So you may feel like somebody is sort of like sent by the angels. You may resonate with that energy quite a bit. And again, 27, that's 9. It could be in relation to like somebody who's kind of a loner, right? You may be kind of a loner, you know, you may be kind of like an odd man out. You may be a wanderer in this life. You're in unknown territory. You may be coming into contact with another wanderer, you know. That might be a similarity the two of you share. You're both individuals. Maybe you've also kind of like both been kind of doing your own thing, walking your own road, maybe not being very social. Okay. This connection as well, or you like to keep to yourselves. All of this energy coming in, very interesting energy, but this is your year to receive, you know. I think you've been sending up some prayers for a long time. You've been making some wishes for a long time. You've been howling at the moon for something. Moon energy coming in too. So could have been dealing with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could have also been dealing with, you know, that solar energy came in. So a Leo or a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. So there's something that is being received here. It's the answer to a prayer, or an answer to a really like long held wish, maybe a wish you made one night when you were gazing at the moon. Okay. There's something about this though, where there's going to be the fulfillment of a promise. I got it's like a promise that spirit gave you, and you've been kind of like wondering like, well, when is that going to be fulfilled? For some of you, it may be an actual like vision you had, like a prophetic vision you had about your own life where you felt very spiritually guided, and you've been kind of sitting here going, well, where is it? And that might have thrown you into a little bit of indecision. All in timing, all in temperance, I got. Temperance, a Sagittarius, may have something to do with the timing of that. It may have more to do with Sagittarius than they think. Interesting message there. Okay, let's dive into it. Well, we're going to look at the kind of hands you're. Oh, whoa, I just turned this up, right? Look at receiving, right? Look what's on the other side. Heaven sent. Wow. Oh, it's coming in all right. Number 33. 33 breaks down to 6. You could be dealing with a life path 6. You could be dealing with a life path 9. Isn't that interesting? The kind of converse of that. And I'm hearing some interesting messages with that, okay, with that 69 energy. But obviously, maybe you never had this person that way, or they've never had, you know, well, either or. It wouldn't really matter, right? Either someone's never had, well, you've never had each other in that way, possibly. That could be the deal here. Or maybe, not in the way that they want to connect with you now. Oh, that's another interesting perspective there. So like maybe it was like hookup energy before and somebody wants to dive deep. They want to dive deeper. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to be looking now at the hand of fate you're being dealt in 2025. We're going to get like the kind of less fun stuff out of the way right off the bat. You got kind of the sandwich coming in here, we gave you something kind of sweet to open up with that initial message here, but now we're going to look at your challengers and reversal kind of energy that you'll face in 2025 so we can better navigate that terrain. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. Yeah, you got a little bit of a tricky kind of energy here that's been holding up your movement forward with the 8 of Wands here. It's got just kind of like a little pesky energy, something that's been holding you up a bit. I am noticing that this person is holding a rod there, so it could be a fire sign that's been a little bit challenging in this situation. I do feel like it's somebody maybe that is a friend as well, that at one point you might have called in a favor from. Maybe you wanted somebody to play a wingman for you. You thought that they were going to help you out. That friend may have turned foe, I have to say. And they may have done it strictly just for vanity's sake, I have to say. Like, they just did something to spite, They wanted to kind of maybe even rub it in your face a little bit, rub your nose in it a little bit. I think you dealt with somebody who made it difficult for you to move forward in a certain respect. This character may come around soon, to communicate with you. They're the basis of some challenges you've had. And I feel like trying to connect with somebody specifically, it's kind of like wingman kind of energy, I have to say. Or somebody was supposed to talk to somebody to help you out with so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of energy. I feel like this person's coming around again. I don't know. I'd be a little bit careful about who you collaborate with, It's a little bit of an impious kind of energy, I have to say. Okay, let's check it out. We're gonna see what's going on here. I do feel like you'll be able to move beyond this in about 8 weeks. Okay, so sometime in your season, I have to say, I think it'll happen before it hits Pisces season, honestly. Aquarius. So I feel like sometime during your solar return season, you'll finally move beyond whatever this challenge is. So I do feel like in the opening of the year, though, you're going to get communication from this person. I don't know if I would use them as an in, like you were trying to in the past. I don't know. It has a little bit of an envious vibe to me, I have to say. It's coming up as a challenging energy. This person is like vain, okay? Yeah, we got Knight of Pentacles in reverse here. It's like, no, leave that to the south node there. That'll only make you sink like a stone, okay? There's something that needs to get the orientation redirected here. It's an energy that really will slow you down. They may say they can help you move faster, but they'll slow you down, I have to say. Yes. And it's interesting because it says makes birds appear and behave as though tame. And birds are messengers, okay? So I do feel like this is somebody coming in, they're messaging you. They're, chirping about, you know, some ideas they have about how they can help you out. You know, this person may be a little chirpy, you know, they may be upbeat, you know, they may have that quality to them, but there's something about this person is not so benign as they appear to be. Like, they may appear tame, like, oh, this is harmless, but it's like, yeah. This person wants to foil your plans, okay? It could be an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. When I bring in these signs, do be aware that there's like a lot of, you know, different people who could hold that energy, because we all express the energy at one time or another, so don't get too hung up on that, okay? But it's got that quality, the earthy quality, wanting to weigh something down. Okay? Change your orientation. There's something about changing your orientation from where it's been focused. In that case of apples and oranges, you know what I'm saying? If you've been focusing on apples, you need to look more at oranges. That's kind of how the energy is coming in, Aquarius. All right, what do we got there? That wanted to fall away. So let's see. This is like an energy that wants to give the slip. Where did it go? Yes, and it's coming out crossed. So let's see what this is. Page of Wands. All right, yeah, this person's going to approach you. There's going to be communication that's had here. They could be a Virgo. I mean, they come in riding on a bear, and bear is Virgo. You've had a lot of Virgo reference come up. They might have a strong fire placement in their chart too. I mean, this is a Page of Wands energy, Sagittarius energy coming in there as well, okay? And yeah, this is somebody who's like, they're giving you some answers about where things went awry in the past, or, you know, why it didn't work out, and maybe trying to hatch a plot with you for the future, like making another game plan to take another stab at something here. But it says it can make one invisible. So I feel like the true intentions are cloaked here. So you do need to be aware of this approach. Whenever I'm getting like constriction in the throat around this. Yeah, see. This person's got a real shapeshifter energy. They do. And they're hoping to kind of get one over on you in this situation, because I do feel they're trying to be a bit like Apophis, coming to steal the sun, shroud you in darkness, Aquarius, okay? It is that energy here. I have to say, this person, they talk a lot of, you know, big talk. They make a lot of high crust promises, I have to say. This is somebody who, they may got money, they may be very intelligent, they may be very well spoken, they may know all the right things to say. They might have a lot of sway in some way, so they can be rather convincing, but this person is not so well off as they claim to be right now. In some way or another, they've taken some kind of blow. And because of that, they're hoping to kind of trade places with you, right? This person is a little tricky. I think you guys have your eyes set on the same prize or something like that. Like, in some way, they don't want you to get this, but I feel like it's because they covet it. Maybe they covet it because they feel like they never got to best you. Oh, that's a really weird energy. Is that how it's coming through? You're the girl I never had, and I want to get to know you better. Whoa, that is really warped, the way that is coming through. I have to bring it in. Okay, so there could be a situation here where there is two feminines, and one feminine is almost like studying another, because they feel like they want to trade places with that person. They want to have what they never had. They know that it's almost like, I want to be that girl. I want to be that girl that has always had what you've had. So I need to get to know you better so I can figure out how I can get that. It's like, it's got that vibe, like keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. So this could be like a frenemy energy. That could be why the Pisces signature. Ooh, when did that just black out? That could be a frenemy energy, and I'm hearing sirens out there. I don't know if you can hear that. There's sirens out there right now. Dude, that's not a good energy. 1991, that song came out in 1991. This could be something that links back to 1991. There might be somebody here that is connected to a feminine that is sort of like, it's like got kind of single white female sort of vibes. Like they're studying this other chick, man. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Ooh, I don't know, man. Let me do a cut of the deck on this. This is what I'm picking up. This feels like something brewing. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, something definitely needs to be brought to a karmic close here. And with that crow medicine on the scene, I see that happening because crow is spiritual law. So there is something that's being laid to rest here. It's like I got earn energy where somebody's been invested in tearing somebody down. Whoever that person is, their dignity is going to be restored, I have to say. There's something that's been wronged here, and it does need to be put to rest. This is kind of, ooh, and it's got Queen of Pentacles energy there. So there was earth energy came out earlier. And it says here, can turn any metal into gold, transmutes water into wine. So this could be an alchemist on the scene. This could be somebody who's trying to create some transformation in a situation, right? I want to get clarification. It's coming out as a challenger, all right? This is what we're looking at, the fate, the challengers here. So this may be a Queen of Pentacles is wanting to transform a situation that came to an end for them. They may feel that there is another queen that is in opposition to that. And this could be why this kind of energy is playing out. Let me get a clarification on this real quick here. Clarification, Spirit, on this Queen of Pentacles. What is the Queen of Pentacles intentions here that Aquarius should be aware of? We'll figure out, what role this Queen of Pentacles is playing here. Strong Taurus energy coming through there. Could also be Capricorn, could be Virgo. Virgo was coming in really strong in your read, I have to say. The devil. Well, that's the role. That's the role the Queen of Pentacles is playing, the role of the devil. Makes one worse off than ever before and tricks mortals into being bound. Wow. That's quite confirming. Okay, I think you got your answers there. Ooh, bottom of the deck, 5 of Swords. Total betrayal here. And we do kind of have the teaming up energy here too of Leo and Sagittarian energy there. Builds high towers, castles, and cities. Afflicts men for many days with wounds full of rotten maggots. They call that coup magic, man. It's when you work with things that have been spoiled to create spoil in someone's life. It's got that vibe, like somebody just wanting to, somebody brings that energy with them, that energy of decay, whether they're working like alchemically on that level. I mean, it sounds like this Queen of Pentacles is an alchemist. It's kind of calling it out, I have to say. But just, for the sake of looking at a broad perspective, I'll potentialities here. Let's say, you know, this person, let's say this person isn't doing anything of that kind of nature, right? They're not casting any kind of spells your way. This is somebody that just the nature of who they are, like the energy attached to them and what they bring into your life, it creates decay. It wastes things. It wastes things. And once you've taken this energy in, it takes a lot to exorcise it. And yes, I mean that in terms of like exorcism. It's got that kind of vibe. Just the energy is very, it latches on. So this is like, I don't want to say guilt by association because it's not the right word, but it's that kind of, it's like infliction by association. That's how it's coming through. Affliction by association. All right, you need to be aware of this. I mean, so you already know you're going to be hearing from somebody. I think this is somebody that you already know this about. Obviously, you've been contemplating your navel for a while on this. So there's something to be considered here. Because I do feel like this cycle is coming to a close. It needs to be laid to rest with that crow medicine coming in. That's spiritual loss. So something's going to be balanced out one way or another. And is there another song, one way or another? I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you, get you, get you, get you. This energy is like that. This energy is like that. I feel it. I feel it. Okay. You know, somebody may be getting a little too like fixated on something that they never had, something that they feel like they should have had that they didn't have. I mean, I don't know. I'm not particularly liking this energy. Okay, so let's look at your fortune, man, because you need some luck and allies in dealing with whatever this is. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords, you see. There's a new beginning that is coming into your life and you need to really protect it. You need to ward it. It's really important because I feel like whatever you're stepping into, there's going to be a lot of jealousy about this. And there's people that could cause loss for you just because of jealousy. It sucks, but it's true. And it happens too often in life that when somebody has something really wonderful happen for them, or they have some great success come in their life, or some kind of happiness really comes into their life, even if that person has been through a lot of hardship, people don't like to see that. Misery loves company, you know, and it's got that kind of vibe here. And there's something that you're going to see here, and it's about the way you need to move, and maybe who was really in your corner, like supporting you when you were at your lowest, and who really made you feel, you know, who made you feel like you weren't alone in that, and who really brings out your strengths, and who celebrates you when you do have successes in your life, or when you are happy, who's there like cheering you on, you know, rooting for you in your corner. There's something you're going to see here as you take a look around you, and it's going to become very clear. It's going to give you a revelation. I also feel like you got a dream coming in. A dream coming in of significance. For some of you, this dream may have already come in. To me, it feels like you're dreaming it. It's like something's revealed to you in a dream, and it inspires something in your waking life that you want to bring to life. It's like an inspiration, or it could be a dream that has a real effect on you. Like it just feels so real, or something about the message that comes through the dream, it impacts you so intensely that you can't shake it. Once you wake up, you feel like, no, I have to bring that into reality. Perhaps it feels like a direct message from spirit that comes in for you. You should protect this, okay? Also protect it from prying eyes, this kind of energy coming in. I also feel like you got as many eyes may be on you, there's eyes on others as well. I feel like you got somewhat of a spiritual goon squad here that really has your back, looks out for you. Your ancestors are really strong, this energy. Okay, I do feel like you really feed spirit. Spirit feeds you in return. You got a good link there, or you're starting to really build that link as you start to pour more energy into your spiritual focus. You feel stronger, you feel more resilient, despite who may have envy over what's opening up for you in your life. Okay. All right, let's dive into it. What is the luck, the allies that Aquarius has on their side in 2025, Spirit? Okay. Okay, so I like this because the Knight of Pentacles energy is no longer in reverse, so no slowdowns, but more moving together forward. Moving together forwards what came out. So there's somebody you will be moving forward with here. There's some kind of light of understanding you're going to have. And this is going to give you the insight you need to resolve a situation that you've been wanting to heal, but you haven't known how to heal it. But I think instead of moving forward as you may have in the past, where you sort of just you came in like all guns blazing. It's got that kind of vibe, you know, just like bum rushing the scene, man, and just creating a lot of upheaval, maybe because there was a lot of passion there. There was a lot of desire. There was a very strong draw, but I see now you have a different kind of perspective. So luck will be with you if you really do things mindfully, you know, move forward mindfully, and you really pay attention to putting the right foundation in place. The beginning is so important here. How something begins will have a lot to do with how it comes to like a culmination point here. And I feel that's because there is a lot of competition for whatever this is. There are a lot of people that are at odds with you in regard to some choice you're going to make here. For some of you, you may have left a committed relationship, because I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles here. And look, there's like the ring bearer pillow there. And you may have been, you know, planning on marrying somebody, or you may have been married. Okay. And you've kind of like let that go, or you could have opened up a committed relationship, something along these lines. You may have decided, I just want to be single for a while. I don't want to get in a commitment. I need to go and find myself. This energy coming through as well. Also, you might have really needed to just take some time to seek the truth. And that was a solo journey here. It does feel like something was relinquished here. It might have caused a lot of anger. You know, you might have felt guilty about it as well, this kind of energy, especially as people, you know, kind of came at you for the choices you were making. But I feel like you stayed true to the course here, despite all the like social politics and people being at odds with your ambitions. And I do feel like in the end, you know, you had to act in alignment with your truth. And that will be sort of like the thing that gets you to the other side here and actually protects your judgment, you know, protects the way this rolls out, because I feel like your judgment's sound in what you did. You did what you had to do to live by your truth. And this proves to be lucky for you, because it sort of like silences your critics when they see the ways that this balances out for you, right? So this is in your favor. And if this is a decision you've been like weighing up, and you've really been feeling like you need to be on your own, or you've been feeling like, no, now's not the time for me to be in a committed relationship, or you decided to pass on, you know, getting hitched with somebody or something like this, or you chose to move out, or, you know, whatever you chose to do here, it was the right thing for you to do. It gave you a light of understanding you couldn't have gained otherwise. And now I feel like with that light of understanding, you're laying down a new foundation and you're taking your time moving forward here. Okay. And it was 44:45 on the clock with that. So yes, this is something that going your own way and breaking free and having that time to sort of like contemplate your navel, that brings you good luck. Like to kind of have that time to really find yourself, it brings you luck here. And it transforms things for you, and it's an ally to you. Okay, let's see if any other energy wants to come out around this. Any other energy for luck and allies for Aquarius in 2025 here in relation to this? So if you've been trying to make up your mind about that and you've really felt pulled in that direction, this is like saying, honor that. Yeah, look at this. Crossing energy, your energy coming out really strong with the star here. You see, it will really help guide you towards your North Star, where you should be sort of directing your focus, your attention. Remember, you need that orientation shift here. This is going to bring you like release from what's had you feeling so trapped up in your head. And it's going to show you something that you haven't been able to see before with the Eight of Swords. It's going to bring truth to you. It's also going to bring justice to you. So there's something here that really does balance out. And it protects you from your enemies who would steal your fortune. You see, you got an Apophis on the scene. You know, they want that sun for themselves. And it really, I hate to say it, it's not even that they really want it, Aquarius. It's just a matter of vanity. It's vanity. Somebody in this situation, that's their motivation. Okay. There's also, you know, if you've been concerned about any kind of like legal judgments, especially if you're going through a process of ending a marriage and you've been worried about battling it out in court or how that would all turn out, if you would end up being at a loss, not so. Okay, there's protection against attacks in the courts as well. But I also feel like in spiritual court too. So for those of you who felt like you were dealing with an alchemist, who is throwing some stuff around, oh, there's been eyes on that. There's been eyes on that. And it won't be you that's held back any longer as a result of that. And you also don't need to worry about any further interference there, because that's going to be handled pretty soon here, I see. Okay, looks like things balancing out. This looks good, okay? So there's a turnaround of this energy. I think it's been problematic. I think it's been a source of a lot of conflict. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, okay. And so here we have the Queen of Pentacles coming in again. And it says here, provides consolation and compensation. Okay. So there is something being balanced out with that Queen of Pentacles that came out as being a bit problematic there with your challengers. So if you're experiencing some kind of challenge of this nature with a Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I do see you all like getting that balanced out. Something works out here. It gives you compensation, okay, for whatever went awry there. Something does make things right. And I don't know, you may feel like it balances out enough where, you know, it puts you back in your heart and you're willing to give something another go. It's possible. Some of you could be named Rochelle. I'm going to just bring it in because it's showing up there, right? Yes, you know, and you may also find something that you didn't see before. You know, you could find out who was the person responsible that caused an opportunity to be swiped away from you or interfered in you being able to work it out with another person here, something like this, okay? King of Cups energy coming in there too. So you could be dealing with the water sign energy as well. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? Okay. Interesting energy. It looks like it balances out. So this is good. This is good. You got some tricky territory to navigate, I have to say, but it looks like you're going to find a way through here. So we're going to check out the magics that you have and the strengths that you have and the advantages you have in 2025. We're going to work with finding out what is your hand right now. Yeah, I mean, I think just to open up the energy here, you really feel like you had some receipts thrown your way. You felt like you were guilty in a situation, charged guilty, or, you know, that's the narrative that had been spun around you. You may have been look at this, you know, you could have been dealing with the Taurus. You know, somebody really, you know, had you in a tight spot here, had you feeling very conflicted, had you feeling divided in two. I feel like if that's the case, you're taking this bull by the horns, you're straightening something out here. And I don't think you're so effing effed here, Aquarius, right? There's something that you're figuring out. You're figuring out a way through. You could have even received a message from this person that put up your hackles, you know, and just made you feel like, what's this? Okay. You're going to be able to handle that situation, whatever that is. It could have been somebody tried to, you know, throw you in the belly of the beast or tried to make you feel the heat, put you in the hot seat. They might have fired off some kind of message at you or something. You were like, or maybe they caught you up in something, you know, you may feel like they were casting some guilt on you or something. I feel like you're going to be able to grasp hold of that matter, whatever that is, okay? Let's check it out. Let's see what is the strengths, the power up, the level ups you're going to have as the hand you're going to play. I want to see what your hand is as you move into this 2025 energy here, Aquarius. What are your strengths, your power, your level up? What magics do you hold or will you reclaim or will you wield? And also what advantages you have working for you here. We're going to just cut the deck into 3 piles. It was 51-51 on the clock, 6-6-12 energy. Breaks down to 3, okay? So you could be dealing with a life path 6. You could be dealing with a life path 3. You could be dealing with a Pisces. You could be dealing with karmic cycles. You could be dealing with a Virgo. You could be dealing with a Gemini in your situation as well. These could be characters coming in, factoring into your life in 2025. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the cuts here. So cut them so you can see. This pile here, this first cut, is going to be for the advantages you have in 2025. It's the first one I'm cutting, but it'll be the last pile we look at. Middle pile here, this is going to be the magics you hold. And then this first pile is going to be your strengths and your power, your level up energy in 2025. We're going to look at this first. So yeah, I like this. You're going to catch somebody slipping, somebody who has been kind of playing this tit for tat kind of game with you for too long. And it could have been a bit of eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, sort of energy, get even sort of energy. This could have been a little bit of spiritual warfare if that was the case, or somebody was really shaming you, casting judgment on you, coming off their spiritual high horse, trying to make you wrong in a situation. I feel like peace is restored here. I think you catch somebody slipping and that kind of shuts them up. You know, it's like it's the end of it. So this is going to be a big level up for you in that regard, to finally be able to like let this go, not have to deal with this energy anymore. You're going to let it just be like, you know, you're going to cleanse the bad blood. You're going to release that, and you're going to get over this cycle. And I do see that there may be a message that comes in relation to this, but I do feel like on the other side of this, there is peace. And where somebody tries to catch you slipping by trying to work you in this way, you're going to have the strength and the empowerment, the wisdom you learned the last time to see right through it. Like, you're going to catch somebody slipping here. And as a result, it brings peace in that regard where you were being challenged here. No more bad blood. You're not dealing with that anymore. In fact, you're not going to waste any more of your vital life force energy focusing on that, because you do recognize the way that it drains your power, the way that it makes you feel weak, the way that it prevents you from leveling up. It keeps you stuck in the old cycle. So I don't see you doing that anymore. Yeah, and a lot of this is around like spirituality. We got the priest here. So this is definitely something that you're completely shifting here. And I have to say, you know, there might be a little need to do some spiritual cleansing. 55:11 on the clock, I would say yes, in order to just clear off some old like funk, okay, that's been with you while you've been doing some soul searching as well. Because when we go through like a dark night of the soul, because you always go through a dark night of the soul before you arrive at that star that you got, that energy can kind of cling to us. So I do feel like this could be beneficial for you to do like a little spiritual cleansing so you can bring your energy back into a peaceful state here. This will really power you up. It'll give you a sense of inner strength, and it will help open your road too. You could catch somebody slipping here, you know, that cause problems for you, I have to say. And I also think you're not going to let whoever this is, you know, have that kind of authority over you in the future. Like you caught them slipping. I got that. Okay. Now we're looking at the magics that you are going to be holding or wielding or retrieving here. Ooh. Yeah, see, I really do feel like you're going to journey into the center of you. I feel like you are in this process of self-discovery and you're entering the labyrinth here, but it's a journey of empowerment. It does put some power in your hands, and whatever power it puts in your hands, it does reclaim your sun here. I like this. This is good energy. So yes, you're being initiated. I feel you're being initiated into your own spiritual growth cycle here. And it's not something that needs to be defined for you by anybody else. This is a journey of self-discovery. And I do feel like there's something you're retrieving here. It feels like it's part of your magical lineage, your magical roots. And I'm picking up like big druid vibes with this. That's what's coming through. So you may be really drawn to study in this regard. Study of the druids. Mm-hmm. You may feel really drawn to oak trees. This could be really calling you. You might even have just certain druid imagery coming up for you, like it's something that you're encountering a lot, you know, when you're scrolling online or when you're out and about, you know, this could be something that's coming in for someone. I feel like whatever this is, it's a journey of empowerment, and it does lead to some kind of power being put in your hands and happiness here. But it's an initiatory cycle. And what feels like a maze, and I feel like what feels like a maze is you feel like you're entering the labyrinth of understanding yourself, is sort of how it's coming through. It does lead to your empowerment. What do we got here? I see. Yeah, I feel like you are giving birth here. It says giving birth to a skull, but see, there's snake energy coming out of the skull's eye sockets there. And this is making me think that you started recognizing, like you're going to be able to catch when you're in the process of actually sort of recreating the old scenario. Like you're going to be able to spot when you're sort of tapping into the old energy or the old template. And that's going to give you the ability to totally like shift your reality tunnel at that time. So you go, no, 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 no. We're not going to call in that sort of old energy. We're going to bring in that energy of the snake medicine, which is about shedding the old skins. It's about transformation, transmutation. And I feel like you're going to, in essence, be able to bring in the initiation of the new cycle, the rebirth energy. I mean, and you are front and center with this. You are responsible for this with Pluto in Aquarius. It is that kind of energy of really giving birth to a new age, but it's also a new era for you. And see, there's oppositional energy to this. I don't know if it translated on that end, but it started to like darken on this side. There is oppositional energy to this expansion. Most of this oppositional energy, though, it comes from stuff that's like old, outdated. You know it's old and it's outdated. It doesn't speak to you anymore, but you've been kind of propping it up because of tradition, and now you're sort of casting that off. All right. There's something here about to really awaken this ability within yourself. You need to become a clearer conduit. You might want to embrace more of a like kind of like paleo kind of diet, a more kind of earth-centered diet. Keep it real clean, maybe focusing a bit more on protein to keep you nice and grounded as well. Something about that. Maybe steering clear of stuff that makes you feel too buzzy, like too much caffeine, too much coffee, too much sugar is coming in here, right? You might also want to work with some different mushrooms too, just to really like boost your immunity and just to really support your whole system, even your nervous system here, right? I'm getting this. It's like reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane, this kind of energy. And connect with the earth, man. You might really enjoy camping. You haven't been camping for a while. You might discover a lot of your magic on a camping trip, you know? Give yourself an opportunity to kind of go off, grid and unplug and just drop in and maybe even by yourself, just chill out and just do a little visioning out there, see what comes through for you. Some of you might be psychonauts. You might be drawn to the fungi friends a little bit. You might, do a little of that when you camp, and it might bring a certain kind of magic through for you, I have to say. I think of mushrooms, I think of fairy rings, okay? So do be aware of getting spirited away when you're on that mountaintop, right? This energy coming in, advantages you're not going to be restrained by anyone anymore with a uterus with feet here. This is not going to be a time when you're going to be played like a pawn. I do feel like you're turning that energy around. You could have been doing, a lot of standing up for yourself against an energy that wanted to control you. I mean, we do have a mojo bag here, and I'm holding it back so it's not so up close, but there's phalluses in that mojo bag. And I feel like you're being freed from being restrained by the feminine here. So if you're a feminine receiving this read, this is you like restraining your ability to act on your behalf too much, and you're kind of like getting over that. You're not going to be a pawn anymore. You're bringing more of that active energy forward. You're taking a stand for yourself. You have a vision you want to activate, and you're really bringing that forward. You're also trusting your own inner sight, knowing that you're seeing something clearly, and you don't need anybody telling you, gaslighting you, manipulating you into what's true for you. Okay, it's got that kind of vibe. And if you're a masculine here, I mean, either way, I do feel like there's the feminine is trying to restrain the masculine in some way. In some cases, it could be with a little juju. It could. Somebody could work like that. But I feel like whoever was working like that, it could have been two that were working like that. Because we got two feminine energies here instead of instead of an eyes and nose, those skulls, they have titties. So it's this big feminine energy. I feel like that's come to an end. Like there's no more nurturing that anymore. Something's being called to the mat here. That's what I feel because see, this has got that big chalice energy. It's about this new creative potential is coming in for you. You're going to get that chalice. You're going to get that ability to have a brand new beginning here. And in fact, it is protected for you. Like you got big Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups kind of energy coming in here. So there's something that's really going to bring you fulfillment. But I feel like it's been eluding you because there's some feminine here, man, who's just been really like on the warpath, way too controlling. I see you having an advantage in this situation. You're going to gain the upper hand in that situation where you really felt like you were being taken advantage of. And even if you're a feminine, yeah, there's a feminine here that has been blocking action and causing problems for you too, potentially. It really is coming in as feminine energy, I would say. I mean, it could be three. It could be one who's kind of been at the forefront. She's had two helpers there, all feminine. It could be a circle of three. It could be a circle of witchy women that like to work together. I have to say, that's how it's coming through. But whatever this is, this energy is getting caught up. It looks like you're gaining the upper hand here. Yeah, now you're free, free falling. You're the flying man. Yeah, you got your freedom. I see that, okay? And this is going to be to your advantage. You're taking a leap of faith here, and you're learning to fly, man. You're going to take off. I like this energy. So, cat's out of the bag. You're not hung up anymore. Secret's out, You're gaining the advantage here. You got your Ace of Pentacles. You got your Ace of Cups. This is good. This is really good. It's your time to receive. And you're meant to receive this, So this interfering energy is getting the boot. And it looks like you're powering up for sure. Let's look at practicalities here. We're going to look at your health, your wealth, love, and some spiritual guidance. Look, bottom of the deck energy, the sun, you see? You're casting off the shadow. Again, I love how the young vibes come through. It's you're recovering a little bit of that jubilance you felt when you were young, that just spiritedness and that playfulness. This is what's coming in for you. Summertime's going to be really, really good for you, man. I feel that you're going to have a fun in the sun is what I just heard. Summertime is going to be so good for you. Could be dealing with a Leo in this situation, but let's check it out. Also, we start out with your health as we're looking at some detailed areas for you in 2025. So I think your health is going to be improving. This looks like vitality. This looks like energy. I shuffled and prepared all these decks before I started to read, but I do like to shuffle them a little bit more. Just so you know, when I bring in that bottom of the deck energy, it's already a shuffled deck that I attune to your energy, Aquarius. So, yeah. I mean, I think that you've been dealing with some, dirty pool. You've been dealing with some sneaky, sabotaging energy. I feel like you're going to get the upper hand in this situation. You will turn this energy around. Let's check out what's going on with the health. What's coming in for health for Aquarius in 2025? How's their health looking in 2025? Yeah, I feel like where you felt like you didn't know how to kind of resolve some health issues you've been having. You weren't sure, what was the right approach to invest in. And you might have felt like you kind of plateaued at a certain point, or you were able to resolve a health issue to a certain extent, but it wasn't quite where it needed to be. I do feel like you're figuring out a way to resolve the issue. It's going to be successful here. Okay, you are finding a way through. So I do feel like you're going to invest in a new approach to health, something different than you've done before. Let's see what we got here. This could be in relation to somebody that you care about too, okay? So you could have been dealing with a Leo or a Taurus. or a Scorpio who was dealing with some health challenges, and that's something that's been impacting your health, just like your mental health, your emotional health, because you've been really worried about them. I feel like whatever has been going on there, some issue is being resolved, and there's a successful outcome. So if somebody's got like a surgery coming up or some challenge they're dealing with, I do feel like there's going to be some kind of resolution there. Okay. It's worth investing in that approach, whatever's been proposed in that situation. I do feel like it'll be successful. There'll be a good outcome to that. Anything else that wants to come through here? I do feel like you may have gotten a suggestion from somebody that just felt a little bit off to you. We got the Sagittarius energy coming in with the Page of Wands upright, and then we got the Page of Cups energy coming in reverse. This is the energy that felt a little like, I don't know. They might have suggested something that really flied in the face of convention, okay? Like, don't do the traditional approach here. Like, you may have decided to go along with like a doctor's recommendation on something here, and you're like, I think I really need to, I need to go in a new direction. And you might have had somebody in opposition to this that was like telling you to do something highly unconventional or experimentative, and you're just like, I don't know. It didn't feel right to you. I think the approach that you decided to go with is the right approach. Yeah. Move away from the more kind of like experimental kind of energy in regard to this. Actually, this is a time when you should go with a more traditional approach, because you'll see it's the wand energy that opens the road. All right. I just got laser treatment for some of you. So that might be something coming in for somebody. I'm kind of getting stuff about imaging as well. All right. Like getting an MRI, or getting x-rays done, or something like this. Okay, whatever this is, this will be a really good move you're making here. It will help you get to a place where you can really restore your health and vitality. I feel like, the 3 energy is coming in. March seems to be an important time. At least it's been with Capricorn got this. Okay, so this could be in relation to a Capricorn. Capricorn got this in their read, came through really strong about March being a real important month. So this looks good here, Empress energy. So if you were worried about an Empress, we did have Taurus coming in. I feel like whatever this is, something turns around, something is resolved. This could even have something, it could be like sonogram energy too. It could be something related to a pregnancy with the Empress there, or a child's health that you share with a particular Empress. Okay, your mother's health as well, this energy coming in. All right, I feel like whatever approach is taken here, it is successful. There's a turnaround in health, there's a resolution, there is finding a way through. All right, but I also feel like there's something here that it's caused a lot of stress. Maybe it's caused a lot of stress for your mom. It's possible. Or somebody you share a child with, or even your child's been very stressed about it if you've been dealing with a health challenge here. Whatever this is, looks like you're at the home stretch with this health challenge. It's really going to turn around, and you're about to move away from, maybe you've been trying more of a kind of alternative approach for a while here with the 8 of Cups. And I feel like it's sort of like whatever guidance you got here from this Page of Cups, you finally decided like, okay, I tried to go that route. I tried it for a long time. It didn't work, and you're moving on, and you're going with the Wands energy. You see, you got that staff with you. This theme keeps coming up in your read about you kind of going your own way and working with fire. So fire keeps coming through too as being kind of an indication here as well, like Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius energy coming in pretty strong as being like an ally energy here. Okay. Very interesting. All right. Well, health looks good. I mean, the Empress, that's a great place to be. Physically healthy, spiritually healthy, emotionally healthy, financially healthy. Like, Mama's got everything she needs to boogie with the Empress there. So that's really positive energy. Let me do a cut of the deck and see what we got there. Yeah, so this is something also in relation to, trying to figure out what's going to work to revive the health. You're on the right track here. Okay, this is going to work. Whatever this is, whatever method you're applying here to this health issue you've been dealing with, it's really going to revive things. So good judgment, and this is judgment in your favor. If you dealt with anything on the job that affected your health, like maybe you had to deal with like a work comp claim or something like that, maybe you had to be on disability, or you had to take some time off from work, I feel there's a judgment in your favor too. This is renewal energy. This turns out well, whatever this is, okay? Also, some of you may be changing your line of work, and in getting a new line of work, it's like it really relieves a lot of stress, and then you start to realize how much your work was really causing health challenges for you. So this looks good. Okay, let's check out your wealth, since we're sort of heading in that territory. It seems like it wants to introduce itself. What is Aquarius's wealth, their finances, their career looking like in 2025, Spirit? What is Aquarius's wealth, finances, career looking like in 2025, Spirit? Okay. Bottom of the deck, energy. I mean, it's interesting. It really looks like whatever you're healing here. So your health is very much your wealth, okay? It's very much intertwined. There's something here that's being balanced out. I do feel like you're healing. And maybe that puts you in a position where you're also recognizing that maybe the healing of a relationship is your true wealth. So this can also be sort of like shifting your orientation around what it means to be truly wealthy. Because it's like, yeah, you can have lots of material things, but then it's also about, the heart connections you share with other people, the connections you have with your family, the things that really make your heart feel full. That's a different kind of wealth too, that you can't put a price on. And so you might be also sort of bringing balance to your work life as well, because you recognize that there's more than one way to be abundant, to be rich in life. I do feel like there's some kind of healing in a relationship here. There's some kind of reconciliation, just because you ended with judgment, closing that out. That's often like a reunion kind of energy here. Whatever this is, you're rising above challenges of the past. This feels good. You do have a partner in crime here that's like on the same page as you. So this feels good energy right there. I think that you're going to feel like a particular connection is your wealth. You're going to feel very rich to be blessed by a particular love connection here. It looks like, right, the healing of a connection potentially is going to really bring a lot of lightness to your heart. Okay, it could be with a Leo, and it comes out again. Okay, so this is it, man. Love is your wealth. This connection is your wealth. There could be somebody you're partnering with here too. You got a creative vision that you want to hatch together. Something here really takes off, and it releases you from financial limitations of the past. Let's do a cut of the deck energy, see what we got here. All right, we do have like 5 wands energy here. Here's the competitive energy coming in, and we got page of wands there. So there is a desire to move into expansion in terms of your wealth. You do feel like there may be some stiff competition in a particular arena that you want to throw your hat in. But I see that you're going to be successful here. Like, you should definitely move in this direction. You got some idea here. You got some idea. You want to enter into a really competitive field. You got an idea. Perhaps it's something you're hatching with another person here. It could be a creative vision. And you're ready to try something different. Maybe you've been in a position where you've been in a real kind of like, I don't know. You've just gotten into a rut with your career. You want to do something different. You want to do something out of the box. You got a new idea. It's a brand new start in a new direction. If you head in that direction, if you take action to, I mean, it might be a highly competitive field, but that doesn't mean that you can't stand out. I mean, have more optimism here with the Page of Wands coming in. You could be partnering with the Sagittarius around this, right? Because this is about being optimistic, and moving into greater expansion. Sagittarius could be a good ally for you in relation to this. You might have been working with people on a certain project that were they were too set in their ways. And they just like look at things through a certain lens. It's just like, it's outdated, man. And that's just more of the same. How am I going to get beyond the algorithm of this? It's like, you need something that breaks the algorithm. You want to do something different here. I think the pairing with the Sagittarius is a good pairing in regard to this. And I do feel like it will bring expansion. It will be successful. Okay, this coming in relation to wealth for you. Okay, that's a cool message there. Let's check out your love. I mean, it looks like love's at the forefront too, with the Two of Cups coming out like that for you so much. Let's see what this is about. What's coming in the area of love and romance for Aquarius? I mean, I would say that if you're in a committed relationship and you've really been like trying to work something out because you want to heal the relationship, it looks like reconciliation is possible, that you'll be able to rise above the challenges in the past. Yeah. Okay. But see, here's the thing. This is what's causing victory to be eluded at this time. And it's kind of what you're really going to be sitting with, I feel, through the winter time. Okay. Because we know you're not moving into action right away. There's something that you need to get really clear on here, very decisive with here, and decisive in the way of, I feel like you have made a choice. You have arrived at a point of truth. But there is a need to issue a communication, and it has not been issued yet, all right? And so I feel like this is what's coming in relation to love. There's a need to open up the lines of communication, and this is going to be very important during the winter season. Ace of Swords, you can have Fragorok, and you can get the answers you need, but Fragorok is only activated and able to work its magic if you pull it from its sheath and you point it in the direction where you're needing answers. Okay. And first, you may need to point it at yourself, right? To kind of get the answers about what is my truth? What do I really want here? You might be in the final stages of making that decision and tying that up. But I do feel like in the winter season, there will come a point when you got your truth. It's time to act on it. There's a communication that needs to happen, or somebody is holding in their truth with you. And that's what's, there's a communication breakdown here. That's part of the problem in love, right? I see that once communication opens up, it can turn the energy around here. There can be some kind of healing, some kind of reconciliation, some kind of revival that wanted to come out, but it didn't. I'm curious what that was. Let me just see what that was. Yeah, see, it's the Chariot energy. Oh, look at that on the bottom of the deck, the moon. Yeah. See, something's concealed right now. Somebody's feelings are concealed right now. And this is a bit of an initiatory cycle. Big Cancer energy with the Chariot coming in with the moon. Big Cancer energy. Okay. Cancer, Leo, Cusper could be involved. Leo's come through quite a few times. The moon can also be Pisces, and lesser known as also having associations with Scorpio. Could be any of the water signs, but I have to say that's strong Cancer energy coming out there. Or Capricorn rising. Capricorn rising would be a Cancer descendant. Okay. Yeah. Something needs to be seen that's not seen yet. it's a truth that hasn't been seen yet. It's hidden under the light of the moon. Perhaps it'll become more clear when we hit the Capricorn new moon on December 30th. You might have more insight about that. That might be the point you get your chariot to move forward. You finally are ready to issue a certain communication. Okay? Could be involving a Cancer Leo cusper, or it could be with any of the other water signs as well. But real strong Cancer or Capricorn rising with that. Let's check it out here. More messages about love, please. I do see you moving forward around that time, though. Like you move forward with at least issuing a communication. Yeah, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. I mean, you got an Ace of Pentacles here, but you have to activate it. And it can only be activated by taking action. You have to take action to get this new beginning you want to see. That's what I feel. If you don't take this action, ain't nothing going to happen, man. So let's see what's coming in here. What's coming in here? Okay. Yeah, see? You have to issue some communication so you can move away from what's been causing pain in this situation. It's everybody's like staying up in their heads in this situation. There's no sharing what's going on up there. And that's what makes you feel trapped. So you're in a process with this. It's going to take a little time for you to sort through this. There could be a child connected to this situation. And that's also what's problematic here, causing a lot of stress. And with that, we've got a Page of Cups. Yes, there could be a child connected to this. You may not like the way something is being handled with the baby's mama. You may be, you know, in disagreement about that, or you may not, you know, be in agreement with if there's something going on where you're splitting up a household, you know, when it's coming to the arrangements being made with the child, you're not in agreement with it. Like there's something here that does need to be hammered out. I feel that, okay? Again, it could be in relation to a Cancer. That's coming in pretty strongly. Could be any of the water signs though. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is causing a lot of stress. I mean, there's something here that you've really been worried about, and it's easily resolved with communication. Somebody's been worried about it, but there's a need to cleanse yourself of this so you can see that there's actually luck, fortune that wants to work in your favor and bring that star back your way. That star that is the sun, okay? Bring the happiness back. We know you're going to achieve it. And all of this landed on the floor. So something's a bit messy here, okay? But you can pick it up and you can sort it out, but you got to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? You have to take action. So what do we got here? We got the Wheel of Fortune. So there's some real like unhealthy energy in this situation that needs to be transformed. This is very clear. There is a truth that you need to really discover here. You need to align with that truth. It's a bit of an inner riddle. It's a bit of journeying within in that labyrinth to resolve here, to get through that maze. And it could have something to do with any of the fixed signs. Really strong Cancer, Leo, cusp energy coming out here. Taurus energies come out a few times. We also have your energy. It's highly personal to you. You could be dealing with another Aquarius or Scorpio here. You could also be dealing with an Ophiuchus, a Sagittarius that's born November 30th to December 18th. They carry a lot of both Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. This is a Sagittarius card with the Wheel of Fortune. So there's something here that needs to transform. And the change is going to happen. You're about to enter a new learning cycle. And I feel like the learning cycle, for some of you, it has something to do with your children, okay? You share a child here. For some of you, it could be a brainchild, okay? You want to move something forward. How do I move it forward, you know? But there's love in the mix here. So I feel it's more like, well, it could be a brainchild. Like you could share like some kind of business with each other or something. And there's been problems with the business, or you're going through a breakup, and so there's a divvying up of assets, or who retains the business, or how do we work together. There's something that needs to be resolved here, but it can only be resolved through actually, you know, being willing to learn how the other person's feeling, being willing to learn more about yourself in that process. It's like communication needs to be issued here. And then things can get set in motion. There can be some kind of plan put in place. I do feel like there is a way forward here. And if it's some concern around children, you'll get through this cycle. Okay, happiness will reign supreme. There is a way forward here. The sun will shine again. This is the happiest card in the deck. So we know there will be a resolution. You're going to put some kind of trouble behind you, and you will find a way through here, right? When those two, you know, ships always passing in the night, they will find a way to come into port, but it does involve putting an energy behind you, and it's wanting to dim out on this energy. What's that energy? It could be a Pisces. I mean, we got the Hanged Man here. We've had Page of Cups in reverse come out. That's not the best energy here. It's coming through as a sneaky energy here. It's some sneaky energy that's preventing the Emperor from uniting with the Empress. Okay, so we do see two of a kind here that are meant to come together. But you see in this Three of Wands, in order to facilitate this, one of these things is not like the other one. Okay? Something needs to be left behind in order for this alignment to come into view. It's not possible to find a way through with, you know, this other attached here. So there is something that needs to be resolved. Once this is resolved, you'll have the power to take that action and transform this situation. But see, this is where it's at right now, and it's blocking the expression of the heart. We got Two of Swords coming in with Two of Pentacles. There's a lot of instability here. There's a lot that's preventing a way through. And what's behind that? The King of Cups, water sign energy, masculine. So masculine or feminine, there could be a blocking energy coming from water in this situation. Or it could be somebody's with somebody. They are already in a relationship with another, and that's a block. You know, it's possible. There could be, you know, some kind of imbalance coming from that, because there's kind of like a third party hold up energy here coming in. Other energies that we now have on the board, we got Aries. I feel like that's also really speaking that Aries North Node activation, Pisces, Leo. Okay. All the fixed signs, Leo really strong, Taurus strong. Your own energy, Aquarius, Scorpio energy. There hasn't been a lot of Scorpio reference though. I say that's kind of the odd man out in this situation if I'm just looking at what the cards are revealing here, okay? But the happiness is secured once the action's taken. But this is one of those situations that's like, you got to do the work to turn this around or it's going to stay stuck. You got to pick it up and do what needs to be done, you know, and lay it down one brick at a time, and that'll give you the road forward here. Yeah. And first, something needs to be, you know, activated here. This is your energy. King of Swords. It's about being really decisive, making a choice, and pulling that sword from its sheath and issuing that communication, okay? That'll get the ball rolling for you in matters of love. And let's cap it off with some spiritual guidance for you, spiritual focus for you. What guidance does Spirit want to give Aquarius for moving forward in 2025? What does Aquarius need to know? What does Aquarius need to know for the new year so they can be empowered and they can reclaim that sun, that happiness, find the healing they're seeking, step into all the beauty and bounty and blessing that awaits them? Oh, I love that. Look at that. Yeah. Take the leap of faith. Take the action. Take the risk. You know, go have the adventure. Get the ticket. Go on the ride. You won't regret it with the Fool. This is changing your orientation. You see, you're looking up. You're looking up at that sun. You're looking up at the light. You don't need to look at the dark depths anymore. You already dove down there. You know, look up, man. That's where you're meant to put your focus. You're rising up to your north node. This is the road opening for you. Yeah, you may have some energy behind you, yipping at you, cautioning you, trying to hold you back. No, you gotta lead the charge. You got Pluto and Aquarius. You're ushering in a whole new age. If for you not to move forward and follow your inspiration, that doesn't work for any of us. You're meant to be bold and brave, and thumb your nose at all the naysayers and go, no, I'm going for it. Okay, your energy really strong here. It's your time. Aries energy too. North node activation too. You're really meant to go your own way, and it will deviate from the crowd. And you got to just respect that, and that applies to all areas of life. Okay, it's time to really trust where you feel led to go at this time. You are leading that charge. Okay. Spiritual guidance coming in for Aquarius. Okay, what is this? Look at that. Temperance. See, because something's going to balance out here. It could be with a Sagittarius. But I love this energy, This is really balancing out the earth and water. You had that message that came in earlier too. So there's something you're transmuting here. Earth and water, water signs, earth signs. There's something you're balancing out here so you can bring in a proper alignment, a reciprocal flow, right? It looks good. Sagittarius could be involved. And there is, light on the horizon once you're done sort of balancing this out. You may need to balance something out with an earth sign, with a water sign before you're free to move into that expansion. I do see you working something out, and then your road opens, and on the horizon, there's that stone of destiny. There's your North Star. There's that North Node and the activation of that transformation. There is a lot for you that's coming down to timing right now, divine timing. Temperance can be frustrating at times if you're chomping at the bit because it does require patience, right? So just be patient. Yeah, see? Wow. Because there is something you are really balancing out, need to balance out with a Queen of Pentacles here. This is like, like I said, it's that crow energy coming through. Big Taurus energy, Virgo energy, okay? Something here, there's been something that's been an injustice, something hasn't been right. There's some kind of karma to balance here. Something needs to be balanced out. That's very necessary before you'll move into that Empress, Emperor energy, because that is turning around the Libra energy into its exalted form where it can transform and rise up as the Empress to greet the Emperor. So I know this is your work right now. And there's no escaping this, I have to say, because with temperance and justice on the scene, these are heavy hitter energies. This is like, no, this is fate. Like, this is spiritual work that must be done. Involves that Queen of Pentacles. It's also about you really like understanding what you value. And you can always see what you value by how others value you. It can reflect a lot to you, actually. If you're not feeling valued in some way, maybe others don't feel valued by you, and it might have something to do with what you're placing value on or what you're viewing as important. There might be a need to get a little bit of a different perspective there. It's also about your personal value, your sense of self-worth. You may have put the reins in somebody else's hands. It could have been a Queen of Pentacles. You let this person determine your worth, your desirability, your value. You valued their opinion above your own, that you valued their counsel above your own, this kind of energy. And there's something here that really does need to be rectified. It is about, you know, turning that energy around and recognizing your own value and that you have the ability to create the future you want to have for yourself. But there's some key connection here. I feel like however things were handled on whatever end, you know, something here has been an injustice. Okay, so there could be a Libra connected to this. There could be a Queen of Pentacles connected to this. All right, there could be a Sagittarius involved in this situation. Yeah, something needs to be balanced out here. Okay, let's do a cut of the deck and see what we got. Cap it off. Yeah, we got 5 of Pentacles to the 9 of Cups here. So see, there's 2 that feel injured because one has been focused on their own personal gratification here. So really something's very imbalanced about this energy, I have to say. Behind the 9 of Cups is that 3 of Wands with the Ace of Wands. I see it. But the thing is that you have to be able to really do the work to accept the opportunity, the emotional opportunity that opens up the road there. It's the communication that needs to come in, and also the transformation of this energy. 2 have been wounded here. 2 have been wounded here, and it's been an injustice because somebody was just thinking of their personal gratification. Selfish energy with the 9 of Cups. And that's something that definitely needs to be rectified in this situation. Yes. And then there will be the initiation of the new cycle, and that's your energy. So see, eventually you have all of the aces on the board. You have all the new beginnings you want. But in order for it to happen, you need to take power in your hands with this Ace of Wands, right? You need to act on your truth. When you do that, you'll have a new emotional beginning. But I feel like there's something you got to settle here. You know, there's a South Node matter. You got to settle here first. You do. And there's like the alchemy point here. Something is transformed and you do achieve the desired result. You know, it leads to your road opening. It leads to you coming together with another, healing a key relationship, it looks like. And it looks like the start of a brand new creative cycle as well. Maybe even partnering with somebody on a creative level on something. It brings about wish fulfillment, but there's something here about the true wish fulfillment, especially with you holding Pluto in your sign, and you're going to be for a long time. We're riding this energy out for a while here, Aquarius. It can't be just about like what works for one person. That's not going to be an energy that will allow you to move into expansion. It really has to be an energy that thinks about the collective in this regard. You are holding that energy. It's a lot of responsibility. But I do feel like you're going to do the work and enact this transformation, because this heavy header energy is just too strong with the Magician and the Temperance, with the Ace of Wands coming out here. It's just, there's an injustice that's been done in this situation, and it needs to be balanced out. It's sort of like saying, like Spirit saying, until the work is done in regard to this, turning around an injustice, there's not going to be something set right here, right? And we do have Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I don't know if this is, you know, somebody that you need to address things with, because there's an injustice that they did. And it hasn't been addressed, or it hasn't been rectified here. Okay, that when we look at Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's very greedy, selfish energy. So Whatever this is needs to be rectified. I feel like once you deal with this situation and iron it out, you leave behind the appropriate elements, let's just say, okay, that have been preventing a moving forward as you want to see, right? And I think you know this, okay? I do think you know this. It's like Spirit wants to give you this new beginning. It wants to fill your cup, but you haven't been able to move forward because you're well aware that there is something here that isn't quite right, and it does need to be made right. And that's what's got you stuck here a bit, trying to figure out the best way to move. So it's interesting to me because I almost feel like the Four of Cups in this case, it's a good thing for you to have a little bit of pause. I think you do need to take some time to sort this out. And I do feel like you're still internally sorting it out for yourself through the winter. But after winter, you're going to be ready to take action. And there's some kind of communication that will come through. And once you get the communication going, you take that risk, it gets the ball rolling. But you are leaving something behind. Mm-hmm. And it may have been an action that you would have taken in the past. You were hell-bent on moving in a particular direction, taking a particular action, and now you're realizing, no, maybe old me would have done that, but who I'm becoming now doesn't need to move in that way. I'm moving forward in a different way, and that's what opens everything up for you. So, road work ahead. Road work ahead. But eventually, you'll get where you need to go in perfect timing. Godspeed, Aquarius.